Make sure you check out our new sponsor, The Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. What's going on? We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. Let's talk about how Keith Thurman stacks up with Errol, Spence, Terence, Crawford. After last night's performance with Heath Lopez, he won a majority decision. I thought it should have been a unanimous decision. But hey, what the who? Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow One Boxing gets you 18% off all their natural products from lotion, soap, foot soaks, bath bomb, and much, much more. Go over to thehealthblaze.com website and promo code in the description. Go check them out. Whew. All right, Keith Thurman. We talked about how he looked last night. I do a live about it. Me and the Cali Enigma, go over there and subscribe to the Cali Enigma, THA Cali Enigma. Was talking about last night. He said that Errol and Bud smokes Keith Thurman. I wasn't so sure about Bud still. That's still a tough matchup for Bud. Like I said before, I think it'll be a tactical matchup. I think Keith Thurman still got his faculties, his speed, his hand speed, and punching power still, I believe. And I think that's a tough fight for Bud. Still, I know after last night's performance, he had to shake off the rust. Lopez hurt him, but the fact of the matter is Lopez and Terence Crawford, Heath Lopez that is, fight two different type of styles. Lopez took something to get some. Crawford is not going to just walk Keith Thurman down and walk through his punches, and he's going to try to outbox Keith Thurman and then switch righty to lefty, and then he's going to try to close the distance. He's going to do whatever he got to do to win, okay? He ain't going to follow Keith Thurman around the ring. I'm not sure if Crawford can cut the ring off on Keith Thurman, or will Keith Thurman be the aggressor versus Terence Crawford. Like I said, it's just a murky matchup, and people just look at Bud and say, oh, Bud to beat Keith Thurman. I'm not so sure about it. You got speed, power, foot speed. You know, Thurman is a difficult dude to deal with his foot speed. I don't think Bud Crawford has fought a guy with his foot speed of Terence Crawford. Of Keith Thurman, in my opinion. Okay, and Keith Thurman's gonna get better if he come back fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he waits another 8 months, 9-10 months to come back in the ring, then I just go ahead and say, but I think Bud Crawford to get him. But I don't think it's gonna be easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I think it's gonna be a tough matchup for Crawford at some point. You know, some people thought he struggled with Jose Benavidez, and Jose Benavidez even, that night, he ain't fucking with Keith Thurman last night. Okay, so it's all about a style matchup, and I really think this is the worst possible matchup for Terence Crawford at the welterweight division when you talk about styles. He gonna have to cut the ring off on Keith Thurman if he's the aggressor. He gonna have to go tit for tat. Now, where I do favor Terence Crawford in this matchup is that Crawford let his punches flow better. Keith Thurman is loading up on left hooks, loading up on right hooks, and I think Terence Crawford will pick up on that. He's slick enough to counter Keith Thurman when he does that. I think he can go to the body, and I think, Terence Crawford is just patient. He sees everything, and I think, you're going to see him tighten up his defense when he steps up to the upper echelon level of fighters in the welterweight division. But then again, Crawford get hit with a lot of shit too because he's an aggressor. Lopez was being the aggressor, last night, and he took something to get some, and Crawford is going to have to take Keith Thurman power as well. Have we ever seen Terence Crawford get hit by a puncher like Keith Thurman? No. See, a lot of people want to jump to the conclusions and look at Keith Thurman matchup last night and say, he a bum, he this and that. And that's cool, you know what I'm saying? It was 22-month layoff, almost 2 years, you might as well say. Not the ring rust off, but, one thing about it is he can really move on his feet well still. And the reason why he got stamina issues is because he moves 24/7. He doesn't stop moving. Crawford can move, box side to side, in and out, and then he could be stationary and punish you like he did with Felix Diaz. He can be stationary and come down and just beat you up and go tit for tat. This matchup is very, very murky. I'm going to keep saying murky because Terence Crawford can do everything Keith Thurman can do, and Keith Thurman can do pretty much everything Terence Crawford can do besides sit down and fight in the gray area, and that's the pocket, or fight on the inside. Terence Crawford does have some glaring advantages, but, sometimes one style is enough to beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the movement, the boxing ability, the counter punching, and then Keith Thurman can use his jab like that. He difficult for a dude like Bud 24/7. He just difficult for him. That's a tough matchup because they kind of mirror each other. The difference is Bud is going to be the aggressor. Bud can sit down and really, sit in the pocket, pick Keith Thurman shots off and counter, especially when Keith Thurman loading up on his counters. I think Bud will be chin checking Keith. I think Bud will go up and down. Also Bud got better stamina because Bud don't just move 24/7. Bud know how to sit there in the pocket. He know how to pick shots off, roll shots, and give it. Keith Thurman just know run. And that's where I give Terence Crawford the advantage at. Is Crawford down the stretch. Crawford gets stronger in fights because he knows how to really conserve his energy. He knows how to sit down his punches. He don't have to move 24/7. But if he needs to move, he can move. But if Keith Thurman is the aggressor in this fight, I like Terence Crawford still. And even if Terence Crawford is the aggressor in this fight, I like Terence Crawford. I like Crawford's chances better walking Keith Thurman into shots than I do, him walking down and beating up Keith Thurman. But if that Keith Thurman show up that he showed up last night, which I won't anticipate that's who will show up versus Terence Crawford, I still would pick Bud Crawford either way. I still favor Bud to beat Keith Thurman for the simple fact that Bud conserves his energy and Bud knows how to change the speed of his punches and Bud know how to fight stationary. Keith Thurman can't fight stationary. But like I said before, that's the toughest matchup at the welterweight division style-wise for Terence Bud Crawford, bar none. I think, then you was talking about, Sean Porter throw some bonus coverage in here for Keith. I think Sean would have beat him last night, and I think he would agree. But at the same time, if he get his rhythm back, he'd beat Sean again, especially if he stay on that jab like that, like he did last night. And he'd never be a stationary fighter. Even though Sean Porter closed the distance and made Keith Thurman sit down and fight with him, he still edged him out. Somebody thought Sean won, but I think Keith Thurman, the reason he injures his elbow in his hand is because he loads up on every shot. He winds up on every shot. He loads up on every shot. Other than his jab last night and his right hand, he was loading up on every shot. Sometimes he'll vary his right hand, but his straight punches don't have the power that his hooks have. And a fighter like Terence Crawford will pick up on that. He's not going to be like Sean Porter. Sean Porter, it don't matter. Sean Porter don't know how to go backwards, side to side for the most part in the majority of his fights, even though he do it here and there. Terence Crawford just, Sean Porter just go straight forward, put his head down, and just try to go through a brick wall every time. And the Kell Brook fight showed that. You know what I'm saying? It showed that he's gonna keep coming forward, and he loads up on his shots. He don't let his shots flow like that. He don't vary his punches and throw an uppercut. He don't use his straight punches. So, I'm gonna take Keith Thurman wide punches over Sean Porter straight punches all day. You know what I'm saying? But that's only if Keith gets into a rhythm. But like I said before, for Crawford, I think the worst possible matchup style-wise is Keith Thurman. Now we're talking about Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. I think, Errol Spence with his style, if he could take Keith Thurman power, you know what I'm saying? I think his sharp jab, you know what I'm saying? Even if Keith uses his jab, maybe he can nullify Errol jab a little bit. But with Errol's sharp jab and his ability to cut the ring off and close distance, if he can cut the ring off on Keith Thurman, it's going to be a long night because it's different from Sean Porter cutting the ring off and closing the distance on Keith and Keith fighting out of the corner. And what Errol Spence do it, the difference is Sean Porter smothered his work. And he throws every shot with bad intentions and he doesn't use his jab. If he used his jab, he probably beat Keith Thurman when he get him in the corner and pick the shots a little bit better. But the difference is with Errol Spence is he gets you at the right distance. It might take some time. The right distance where he can get his leverage on his shots, but you can't get leverage on the shots like you want it. That's the thing about it. That's the difference between him and Sean Porter on the inside. Sean Porter just smothered his work because he a wild animal. Errol Spence, he got the right distance. He over the course of the fight, he know where you want to be. He know how to fire the shots under your ribs. He know how to pick the proper angles. And that jab puts you in a position where you in the corner. He don't let you out. Can Keith Thurman fight on the inside? No. Bud can fight on the inside. Errol can fight on the inside. Obviously, Sean can fight on the inside. He's not as good as, I don't think he's as good as Errol. I don't think he's as good as Bud. If Bud really wanted to showcase inside skills because Sean smothered his work. But Errol will change the speed of his shots. You know what I'm saying? Errol picks his shots very, very well. He's not going to follow Keith around the ring. Now, this would be the best fleet of foot fighter that Errol fought. So this is really going to be the litmus test on how good is Errol at cutting off the ring and closing the distance, in my opinion. This is going to be the ultimate test. It's going to kind of be like his Golovkin fight, Golovkin versus Canelo, where Golovkin, he was seen as a good pressure fighter, but when it came to it, he couldn't close the distance on Canelo Alvarez. He cut the ring off on him, but he wasn't willing to sell out, go to the body, and take them shots. I think with Errol Spence, Keith Thurman would be his Golovkin fight. You know, that's just my personal opinion. Now, you asked what about Errol and Terence as far as that. You know, Terence don't use his legs like Keith Thurman do. I think Keith Thurman uses his legs way better than Terence Crawford, just because that's all he got. You know, he real twinkle toes around the ring, dance. He sit down when he throws, then he dance. That's what he do. Crawford, a dance, he'll move, and then he sit down with you. He just changed it up. You know, like a good pitcher with a good change up. He change it up. He'll boop, boop, boop. He'll pick you off, and then he'll move. And then sometimes he sit down, and then he go tit for tat with you. I mean, his style is more versatile than Keith Thurman. Thurman don't know how to fight in the pocket, not in the gray area. You know, he don't know how to pick shots off with his gloves and sit there like Floyd Mayweather delivering a pocket. I think Keith Thurman is scared to take abuse. I think Keith Thurman don't want to get hit. And when you got that attribute in boxing, you know, and that's a problem. People say, what about Floyd? Well, Floyd, you know, Floyd don't like getting hit, you know, obviously, but Floyd can get hit and it'd be like, okay, Floyd got dog in him. Floyd gonna be like, okay, it ain't gonna happen again. He roll a shot, counter you. Floyd is making boxing moves when he moves. Keith Thurman is running to get to safety. He's running to the life raft. He running to the safety vest jacket. You know, Floyd is okay. Floyd is moving to make a boxing move. Keith Thurman, he make boxing moves when he moves, but a lot of times he's moving to run. And I think if Errol can cut the ring off on him, you know, and take his power, I think anything after the 6th round, I think Keith Thurman gets stopped 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th round. Like, really, I think he gets stopped in those rounds as soon as the 6th. As soon as the 6th hit, when Thurman take he might get dropped versus Thurman, like Lopez did. But I think if he's confident enough to take that power, I think, you know, Errol gonna go to that body. Errol gonna go to that hood with that head. He gonna be working up and down. And once a vicious body puncher face him like Errol, you know, he can't move no more, and he really got to sit there and fight. That's all she wrote. Or if he pin him in the corners, that's all she wrote. He gonna stop Keith Thurman, no matter if Keith Thurman is best or not. Keith Thurman's never fought a puncher, to my knowledge, that hit as hard as Errol. That's as crisp to the body as Errol. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough fight for Keith Thurman. A real tough fight. Him and Errol is the toughest fights for him. Sean and Errol, excuse me, is the toughest fight for Keith Thurman because of his style. Crawford is the most Thurman-friendly type of style, but also Crawford can do, you know, what they can do, and that's run down on Keith Thurman and cut the ring off and kind of make him fight a bit. But that's not really Crawford's style. He can't do it. But like I said before, I like Crawford by unanimous decision or late stoppage versus Thurman at this point, or unanimous decision. I like to see Thurman come back. But even at the best Keith Thurman, I don't think the best Keith Thurman can fuck with Errol. I think this Keith Thurman lose to Shine, and I don't think he can beat Terence Crawford right now. You know, this Keith Thurman. But I think his best opportunity to beat one of those guys is versus Terence Crawford right now. My personal opinion. It's the styles. You know, a lot of people won't understand what I'm saying, but hey, it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate it one time for the one time. Not talk about Keith Thurman one time, but y'all know how we do it. Don't forget, check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Box to get you 18% off their all-natural products, from lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and hand lotion, and much, much more. Hair pomade. All they got is all-natural products. So check them out. Thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Both of those in the description. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Twitter. Also, you can reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, whatever the situation may be. Check out our Patreon account. We get $2. It's only $2 for hardcore, raw, and uncensored boxing. Once again, I want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. If you want to make a donation to the channel, that link's always in the description. You can do me one better. Share the videos. That's what we need. Check out our playlist, NFL, NBA, music, entertainment. We cover everything, so it's something in there for everybody. And like I said before, Goodfellas Sports TV, one time for the one time. We grinding and, you know, putting in work. Hopefully everybody enjoy their Sunday. Be safe. And, you know, keep looking out for your boy. Make sure you subscribe